Hi, I'm Andy and welcome back to Pentool Cars, Cornish Car Collectors. Here, where we buy, restore, sell and more often than not keep cars of interest and modern classic cars. And as I've said before, we look forward to featuring many of our own personal collection on this and future videos. Now today, we're here with a very special car. It's a car that actually we've sold. It's a car that we've been involved with for around the past sort of 8 years, and it's this, our 1987 Peugeot 205 GTi. Now the 205 was produced between 1983 and 1998, and it's fair to say that the 205 transformed Peugeot, who prior to the launch of this car had been considered a conservative manufacturer of cars, which really means their car range was boring. Now this car was really well received by both the press and the buying public, and the car won a number of awards at launch. In 1983, the term hot hatch started to be used here in the UK, and Peugeot, like many of the mainstream manufacturers, were watching with interest Volkswagen and the work it had done in producing the GTi in and around the kind of mid-70s. And sure enough, in 1984, just a year after hot hatch started to be used regularly in the UK as a term, Peugeot released this, the 1.6 GTi. Now, whilst the Golf will be considered the first, many would argue that the 205 GTi is the best. So in 1984, the GTi was born, initially in this 1.6 variant with 105 brake horsepower. In 1987, with larger valves being put in the cylinder head, the car benefited from 115 brake horsepower, and shortly thereafter a 1.9 GTi was released with an impressive 130 brake horsepower. And there started one of the biggest debates in hot hatch history. Which is best, the revvy and eager 1.6 GTi or the torquier and maybe slightly lazy 1.9 GTi? And if you're watching this video, I'm sure you too have a preference with regard to which GTi is the best. Now this, being a 1.6, has the 14-inch pepper pot wheels, front brake discs and rear brake drums, but the biggest difference is this, the 1.6 GTi badge. Now our 1987 Peugeot 205 GTi has done just over 80,000 miles and is presented in really lovely original condition. I just love the graphite grey paintworks, possibly my favourite colour option. Now being a 1.6, it has the cloth sports interior as opposed to the 1.9 which came with a half leather. Now I personally prefer the cloth. It also has this really nice early 205 GTi steering wheel, the obligatory red carpets and the red topped gear stick. Sitting inside a 205 GTi today still is a really nice place to be. Sales of the 205 GTi as we came into the 90s started to slump, largely due to soaring insurance premiums because of all the theft of our hot hatches, and secondly because of changes in emissions laws that actually saw the 1.9 be fitted with a catalytic converter and the power drop to 122 brake horsepower. Now in 1992, production of the 1.6 GTi actually ceased. And despite Peugeot's best efforts in producing a number of GTIs that followed the 205, they've never really been able to replicate the success. They came close with the 306 GTi 6, but never have they relived the glory days of the 205 GTi. So here we are driving the 205 GTi, probably for the last time before it goes to Mark, the new owner. And it is just lovely to drive, really revvy, this 1.6 engine, so eager, the car handles so well. Boy, Peugeot got it right back in the 80s when they developed and produced this car. It still really does stand up as a great car today. I think we're probably going to have to give this one a wash when we get back. It's a lovely sunny day here in Cornwall, but a bit damp and a bit muddy out on the roads. Let's enjoy this last drive. Twisty roads here now. which the 205 just loves. Oh, we're going to miss it. We've been fortunate enough to have 3 or 4 GTIs over the past few years, but this has definitely been the best. So I hope you found this brief introduction to our 205 GTI interesting. It's time now for this one to go to a new owner, and we'll certainly be sad to see it go, but what a joy it's been to have it in the Pentel Cars collection. I'd like to introduce another member of the team. Do you want to come in, Lawrence? Say hello.
Yeah.
So Lawrence has been working our camera today and has done a great job.
Hi, I'm Lawrence. Please like, subscribe and comment on this video.
So thanks very much, and join us again for a feature on another of the Pentel Cars Cornish car collection. Bye-bye.
Bye.